Je vais arranger ça. Ouais, ça. Caméra de la misère. Tabarnak. Je suis mal organisée. C'est vraiment de la merde ce truc. Fucking shit de merde. Je vais mettre mon bol. Non. Ah. Ok. Ben, je voulais écouter les. J'ai mis Last of Us Remastered. Est-ce que les vagues, c'est fort, là? Et. Euh, j'ai vraiment un équipement de fou, là. Ça se voit que c'est pas moi qui ai payé pour ça. Dans le fond, c'est ça. J'ai mis Last of Us Remastered et je me suis dit que j'allais juste les écouter avec vous. Il n'y a absolument personne, mais you know, for fun. Parce que j'ai jamais joué à ce jeu en ayant une réaction comme authentique de ce qui se passe live. Parce que j'ai joué plein de fois. Fait que là, c'est fun. C'est. Ouais. Fait que. On va les regarder. On va commencer par Jackson Party. Lui, c'est lui que j'ai le plus hâte.
You're about to play an unfinished level from The Last of Us Part 2. The reason we added this section is there are a few sequences, and we picked the 3 of the best ones, that we cut from the game. You know, often we build a game that's much bigger than what ends up being the final product. They were months away from being finished, but we wanted to give you an insight of what it's like when we built the game, because often we have this whole thing constructed and it doesn't have final art or audio or dialogue. And here you get to see the building blocks of what it's like when we first string a bunch of these levels together. This is the intro to the first deleted level, and this one is the roughest of the 3. We wanted to show more of how Jackson operates. So this is the festival where Ellie ultimately kisses Dina. This sequence would have come very late in the game as a flashback sequence while you're in the farm with Dina. And we wanted to show what is the rest of Jackson doing, and wanted to put on the stick, make it interactive. So you could see when you're outside, there are all these almost like carnival games that you can play. You could mix drinks, you could play with these kids that are playing a sort of clicker Marco Polo, sit down and listen to conversations. And all the different interactions were first or second pass, very, very early passes. The building blocks are there, but nothing is final. And ultimately, while we were very excited by this sequence, it's pretty fun and lighthearted. It just slowed things too much as we're barreling towards the end of the story at this point. So again, reminder, rough, missing audio, missing animation, missing gameplay tweaks, missing dialogue, but pretty representative of what it would have been. So enjoy.
J'espère que mon micro est ouvert. Cause if it's not, je vais checker. Lol. Ça se voit que c'est un peu mal fait. Ellie drinking alcohol. Damn girl. Attends. Je veux juste voir. Ok. Je voulais juste voir si on entendait. Ok. Ouais, ça j'ai vu qu'il y avait des petits trucs quand même. Genre c'est une madame qui explique, mais c'est vraiment pas intéressant. Genre, ils viennent tout raconter. Fait que je m'en calisse. Euh... Ellie, Hermine est bien fait, hein. C'est plus ses décors, je pense. Ok, je vais m'enlever. Pourquoi ça dit qu'il y a un spectateur, il y a littéralement personne? It was just me. Ah, c'est tellement genre spécial, ce truc, je vais genre brailler. Le son est-tu au max? Je veux que ça soit plus fort. Ah, je vais pleurer. Ça change absolument rien, ce son. Ah, la toune! La toune, je vais pleurer. Hi, guys. Ok, ma manette, elle a un problème, genre, j'arrête pas. Ah, ah, je peux jouer à ça. C'est drôle. Vous avez vu comment c'est mal fait, c'est drôle. C'est quoi déjà? Je me souviens plus de mes affaires. Encore. Vous avez vu? Je bouge même pas en ce moment, elle bouge tout ça. C'était le fun. Ok, je vais écouter les petits audios. Là,
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things, but for a more wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, the baby, later back at the farm. When we cut this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute. It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm.
Oh my
the
god.
elephant.
Ah, c'est trop cute, je vais pleurer. Je m'en souviens, ouais, c'est le petit téléphone. Gameplay. Ah, pourquoi ils l'ont... Ah, ils jouent... Ah, c'est ça qu'ils jouent au clicker. C'est drôle. Ah, gars, oui, je peux interagir avec. Ah, il n'y a pas d'audio. Ah. Ok, il est écrit. Ah! Oh my god, c'est drôle, stressant. Ah! Lol, comment elle a aucune expression faciale? Ah, j'aurais trop voulu qu'ils le mettent. C'est normal le fun. Scan for... Ah, c'est donc cool, j'ai des pouvoirs de clicker. Attends, quoi? Je deviens genre... Scan the enemy, scan for items. Ok. Puis c'était quoi l'autre truc? Oh, il est plus là. Ouh! Ok, mais je fais quoi? Bon, I guess c'est fini. Je vais écouter le petit message.
This is one of my favorite sections because I think that it achieves both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really, really is. To attract attention and curiosity, one of the kids was supposed to make this adorable, messed up little clicker impression, and the others would giggle. We tried a version where if you got close enough, the kid might try to follow you a little before turning back. Since clickers are blind and move by echolocation, for this game of messed up tag, Ellie must close her eyes and listen for when the children give themselves away. The thought was that these kids are in relative safety. They still grow up with the dangers of clickers and runners, and all those lessons would embed themselves in the games that they play. When the festival got cut, they tried to preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is, as a tutorial. However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating that not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later, who has a sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails.
Mais je veux jouer encore. Je veux jouer. C'était le fun. Je peux m'asseoir. C'est quoi cette tête? C'est fun, un petit feu. Ok. Les gens ont genre... Ils font vraiment peur. What the fuck is this face? Hey! C'est le fun. Je peux aller faire des petites activités. C'est quoi ça? Hey Ellie, come sit. Cat. How the tattoo doing? It's fine. Does the job. Lol. C'est très drôle. We should touch it up maybe. Attends! C'était supposé être cat ça? Attends, wait. That was supposed to be cat?
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like there had been so much more that had been happening and so much more that Ellie threw away.
Ok, fait que that was supposed to be cat, mais j'aurais voulu la voir parce qu'elle ressemble pas à ça. Je comprends pas trop. Ah! Un cochon grillé, très fake. Ah, nice, je peux aller me get des drinks.
We use our workbench a lot to make a lot of things that kill and maim and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same animations,
Ah, c'est trop
using the
drôle.
exact same UI, to instead fix a drink. Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink.
Ah,
Something
c'est
we wanted to
donc le
prototype
fun!
before it got cut was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt.
Je
Like you were
touche
earning
pas le
upgrades,
truc qui bouge ça.
We also toyed with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything. So it would have ended up more trouble than it was worth.
Ben, j'aurais aimé ça. C'est trop drôle. Je vais prendre tequila. Et ça va bien. Attends, juste la tequila? Ok, je pensais que je pouvais rajouter... Elle a pas dit que c'était comme base. Elle vient juste de prendre un shooter tequila de même. C'est quand même drôle. Du petit pain. Barbecue. Ils sont bien cute, la ville. Les enfants crient. Eux, ils font du barbecue. Ah, c'est trop cool, ça. Je passe devant tout le monde. Allez. Step aside, people. Girl. Ok. Press... C'est... Girl. C'est vraiment laid, les animations. Ils ont l'air genre... Pas bien. Nuts. Lol. Ok, mais moi, je veux retourner jouer avec eux. C'est tellement sick, mais à quoi ça me sert? Juste... Ok. Bon, it is the big moment. On va aller à l'intérieur. Je vais pleurer. Ah, Sam! Allô? Je joue au Lost Level. Finalement, c'est pas une game. C'est pas une game au complet. C'est juste des Lost Levels séparés. Bon. Je suis vraiment... Je vais pleurer, je sens. Lol. C'est fucking drôle, les animations. Quand tu vois ça de même, ça rend ça tellement plus humain. C'est tout? Ah! C'est tout! Je pensais qu'on allait voir, genre, une conversation avec... Une conversation avec Joel puis Dina, mais... C'était cute. Ok, on va faire Seattle Sewers. Ouais. Non, mais c'était cute, c'est fun.
In this second deleted level, which is an extended sequence of the sewers in Seattle, this comes on the heels of where Ellie goes into a building and she survives an attack by stalkers and gets thrown out of a window and gets swept away by the current. And then we cut this section that used to be there in the final game. Now you will get to play it. So this was a way to get a bit more interesting puzzles, interesting traversal, figure out how Ellie can navigate the sewers with the fighting current. Ultimately, with a lot of these levels and these sequences, the reason why we cut them more for pacing purposes. But here it is for you in this very kind of raw form that part of it will feel finished, parts of it will feel like assets are missing as far as audio, animation won't be final, but it's a glimpse into what a game looks like when it's months away from finishing. Enjoy.
Thank you, Neil. What the fuck? Girls, man. Oui, ma TV est en 4K. Yo, je savais pas qu'on allait recommencer exactement là. C'est drôle comment... C'est vrai, il n'y avait pas ce wow. C'était un peu intense. Girl, the fuck? Ok. Je fais quoi? Wow. Ok.
The ladder acts as an immediate goal for the player, but being able to climb out is not going to be so easy. To keep levels interesting and engaging, we alternate between positive and negative values the player experiences. Here, it's a positive to have found the ladder, but then a negative to discover it's not the solution. But then another positive to identify the next short-term goal of the doorway. By alternating between these opposing values, we give players what they expect,
Je sais
but not
pas,
how they
ça
expect it.
me... Genre, c'est... Oui, c'est de la bonne qualité, là, je peux pas dire. Ah, là, lui vient de le dire. Yo, c'est fort! Yo, c'est fucking intense. Girl, the fuck? Pourquoi elle saute pas? Pourquoi elle reste là à faire ça? Je veux qu'elle est là, là. Ça marche pas? Ok. Girl, are you good? Genre, elle arrive pas à bouger. Bon. Faut-tu genre que je saute? Mais c'est fucking loin. Non. Girl, avance. Mais pourquoi elle peut pas aller? J'arrive pas à aller. Ah bon, tabarnak. Ok, je m'en fous un petit peu. Ok. Ah, fait que je dois aller où?
This level, internally known as Fine Nora, was quite long in duration as we had to make Ellie traverse a far distance to the opposite side of downtown Seattle. The sewer section was originally longer than what we released the game with, approximately 10 minutes more. This was one of the few areas of the game that used water flow as part of a traversal puzzle. Players to go upstream to use the current to get to the platform to reach the other side. We mostly cut this mechanic game-wide, however, it remained in essence in the section swimming to the aquarium
C'est fucking tough.
when you were avoiding the waves.
Almost had it.
Ben... Ah, c'est fort, man. Ben, I mean... Je sais pas, si mon affaire est 4K, je sais pas, là. Je pense que les gens, ils modifient les photos après. Girl, genre monte! Genre, est-ce que c'est là faut que j'aille? Je comprends même. C'est quoi cette face de folle? Je sais même pas si c'est... Girl... Ben, j'avais compris, bro. Est-ce que je peux aller sous l'eau? Jump in the water farther upstream to reach the... Je comprends pas. Je peux même pas aller sous l'eau. Jump in the water farther upstream. Ok. Bon.
When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they're faced with a dead end. The real reason for this dead-end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out the doorway, players are faced with a route onwards. A pipe that they've not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that's hidden from view when they're on side platforms. The
Pourquoi je prends
intention
les
here
trucs,
being
ça
that
va
the
me
only
servir
option
à
is to
rien.
go off the standard path in order to search for a way out.
Ça me sert vraiment... Fuck. You see... Non, bitch! Je pensais que j'allais... Bitch.
Get me the hell out of here.
Ok, ça sert à rien, je pense. J'ai vu des vidéos, là, ça a l'air...
Throughout the rest of the level, we also used light to indicate to the player that they were heading in the right direction. At each turn, however, we blocked the direct route forward. Players would know that they just have to keep finding alternative paths, promoting those feelings of being desperate and trapped.
Up and out. Just keep going up and out.
C'est vraiment nasty. Ok, j'ai pas envie d'écouter le gars parler. J'ai juste... Oh. J'ai été spoilé un peu. Faut pas que j'aille là. What the fuck is that? C'était quoi ce truc? Est-ce que je peux aller là? Ça veut dire quoi ce shit? Ça veut dire quoi?
We added a tiny space just to reward the player's exploration with a pickup item, and we made sure it was something that made sense that you'd find in this area. A canister and all the garbage that had been washed into the sewers from the surface.
Ok. Je peux aller là? Pourquoi il y a un petit bonhomme? Pourquoi ça fait ça? Ouais, gossant.
What's your shit, Ellie?
Ah, c'est dégueulasse. Ah, je sais ce qui va se passer. C'est le mauve. Ok, mais... Move faster, là. Ok, mais je m'en calisse. Pourquoi ça fait ça? Ça peut-tu arrêter? Ça m'énerve. Bon, je sais qu'est-ce qui se passe.
Shit, where's the guy?
Bitch, lève-toi. Ok. C'est interesting. Attends, y avait-tu quelque chose? Ah, je peux aller là aussi.
We draw the player towards this pipe as it is seemingly the route out of the tight space. Fairly soon it is obvious that this path is blocked. If the player goes all the way up to the bars that block the path, they are rewarded with a pickup so this journey doesn't feel wasted. It is important to encourage the player to try to progress along this path so that they would subtly be thinking of progress in this direction.
Ok, c'est beau, on a
There is a
compris.
bigger new space beyond this pipe by showing the player the waterfall. This helps players consider the other route when they don't know how far the tunnel is or whether they'd make it.
Ok, ferme ta gueule. Ah, c'est cette partie, c'est vraiment traumatisant. Girl the fuck. C'est vraiment... Pauvre Ellie.
Oh, shit!
Ah. Bon, c'est fini, là. Ah non, c'est pas fini. Mais, faut que je refasse. Ça existe déjà dans le jeu, ça. Est-ce que ça, c'était ouvert la dernière fois? Ouais. Ok, mais je comprends pas pourquoi ils me refont faire cette partie-là. Ça, c'est déjà dans le jeu.
Using this pipe was retained in the iteration we shipped with, as it's the last of the extreme methods Ellie has to undergo in order to escape the sewers, and what she will go through in her pursuit of revenge.
C'est quoi ce bruit? Ok, mais c'est quand je me penche, genre, ça fait ça. Je comprends pas. Ok, je m'en fous, là. Ok. That was fun. That was fun. Mais j'ai vraiment aimé le Jackson Party. Maintenant, il reste The Hunt. The Hunt. So let's go. C'est tellement le fun de voir. J'aurais voulu. Ben, c'était. Justement, ils les ont pas mis dans le jeu, c'est pour ça.
For this third and final deleted level, what we call the boar hunt sequence. This was a sequence pretty late in the game. It was right after the whole Seattle Abby sequence where Abby spares Ellie. And then we wanted to come back into Ellie's story, but keep it a bit mysterious of how much time has passed, where is Ellie now? So we're coming in on Ellie, and she's following a trail of blood. And we wanted to mirror, in a way, the deer hunt sequence from the first game, but this time do it with a boar. And there's something with Ellie that now she can't let go of this violence. She's pursuing it, even against this innocent animal. This was another opportunity to show how the violence that Ellie has experienced, the violence that she witnessed being afflicted onto Joel, is still sticking with her, and she's still experiencing these PTSD moments. This was a sequence that was pretty far along and was cut pretty late in production. Parts of it are still really rough, but the gameplay, the building blocks were all there. I think you'll have fun to see, like, again, a rough, unfinished sequence that you can play. You can see all the way to the end, and including a cinematic that we end up cutting. And the remnants of the sequence ended up being mentioned in Ellie's journal. So this part of the story that we developed still made its way into the game as kind of optional stuff that you could read about, but here you get to experience it. So as a reminder, this is pretty rough, months away from being finished, but you get to see it now.
Thanks. Whoa.
Where are you?
Ok, je m'en fous des fucking... Ok, j'ai un gun. Importe le jacket de Padre Pedro Pascal. Is it there? No. My God, il a dormi revolé partout, il fait plein de traces de sang. Ok. Ah oui, j'avais vu des previews de ça.
Gotcha.
Pourquoi? C'est pour le manger? Genre, pourquoi elle a besoin autant de ce truc? C'est beau. Yo, ma manette a de la misère avec que ça. J'ai pas de lumière. Attends, what the fuck is that? Comment je pèse sur ça, ça fait ça. J'ai jamais vu ça de ma life.
The gas station was built
No,
to
c'est pas
highlight
ça
the
que je voulais
bore's
faire.
destructiveness. Since it's cramped, the boar feels larger. We also feel trapped with it, though perhaps it's trapped with us. When it charges, it gets to us quickly, so we must be on our toes. This made it more aligned with Ellie's sort of hunting for trouble mindset. Listening became more important, as well as moving around slowly so it didn't hear you. Could you spot it before it saw or heard you? And could you get a shot off quickly enough so you could dodge out of the way? Or is the shot worth the cost after? It feels
Yo, the fuck?
by the end of the fight, everything would likely be in shambles. The boar would burst through the back, and Ellie would follow it and finally enact revenge.
Ah, ça me sent. C'est vraiment stressant. Yo, c'est... Ok, mais je peux-tu, genre, lui tirer dessus? Non. Oups. Je peux... Je comprends pas, je suis supposée faire quoi? Genre, j'ai fait juste lui tirer dessus. Genre, I don't understand. Pourquoi? Je peux pas aller là. Je comprends pas. Ça fait fucking de bruit comme s'il était à côté de moi. Mais genre, fuck off. Je peux-tu, genre, lui tirer dessus? Je comprends pas.
Got you.
What the fuck? C'est quoi? Je m'attendais pas à ça. What the fuck? Ok, faut juste que je tire dessus.
Nowhere to run.
Ah, il est allé là-dedans. Oh non. C'est violent. Pourquoi? Je voulais juste... Ok, attends. Ok. Je veux juste fouiller la place. Il est en train de mourir. En fait, je dois... Non, c'est pas un piège, elle va juste le tuer. Ah! Ah! J'aime pas ça! What the fuck? De quoi t'avais raison, c'est pas un piège. Ah, j'ai les larmes aux yeux. Ah, c'était bon, il aurait dû le garder. Ça monte tellement, genre... Ça monte ses PTSD et tout. J'ai envie de le refaire. Damn. C'était intense. Je pense que je vais arrêter mon live maintenant. Ça fait combien de temps que je fais un live, ça, il me semble? Ça va genre 30 minutes. Je sais pas si ça me tente vraiment de continuer. Je voulais juste voir ça, là, en fait. Fait que... C'était ça. Merci. Bye bye. Au God! Fucking manette de queue. Je pogne les nerfs. Girl. Girl! Tu veux pas que j'arrête de jouer?